Hi, welcome to Vaishnavi's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make eggless chocolate cupcakes. I've been looking around for a recipe to make eggless cakes for a while now, and I came across this recipe on the web and I've tried and tested it and it comes out really well. So I hope you try it at home too and you can tell me how it turns out. Right, now I'm going to tell you what we need to make these cupcakes. We need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of warm water mixed with 1.5 teaspoons of instant coffee powder, 1 cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of oil, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. Right, now I'm going to tell you how to make this chocolate cupcake, eggless. And I tell you, it's one of the easiest recipes ever. It's so easy to put together. Okay, we add 1 teaspoon of salt to the 1.5 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, half a cup of oil, there we go, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of warm water with instant coffee. It adds good flavor to any chocolate cake if you add a bit of coffee to it. And we need 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. There we are. And finally the cocoa, of which we need 1/3 of a cup. I mean, you can add a little more or a little less depending on how you like it. I think this should do. Yeah. There we are. So that's all the ingredients added. Now we just need, right now we just have to blend all the ingredients together, whisk it nicely together, make sure there are no lumps. An electric whisk is ideal for this. Just get everything together and whisk. Right, now we've whisked our mix together nicely. And look at that yummy, gooey, chocolatey mixture that we've got. All we have to do now is pour it into these cupcake cases and put it into the oven. Ideally, I would suggest that you fill it only 2/3. Give some space for it to rise because these little ones will rise nicely. So just pour it gently inside. About that much should do, I think, because it will rise nicely. The quantities that I've told you would probably make around 20 cupcakes, I think. I'm making mini ones, so I probably get more. I mean, you can make the bigger ones as well. There we are. We filled up our lovely little cupcake cases with the chocolate mixture. Now all we need to do is put it in the oven for about 17 minutes, because these are small sizes, so they get done a bit faster. Preheated the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. So I'm just gonna carefully stick it in there. Oh, I'm getting the steam now. Yep. And we can forget about it for the next 15 to 17 minutes. So they should get done in about 17 minutes. The usual toothpick test will work well to check if they're done or not. And if they're not, you can just stick them in for another couple of minutes. Oh, look, the cupcakes are rising beautifully and they're going to be done in a very, very short time. Okay, we've removed our cupcakes from the oven. Let's test if they're done. Beautiful. They seem to have done perfectly well. I mean, you saw them rise a lot in the oven, but they will sort of settle down after some time because they won't just stay risen like that, which is ideal when you want to ice them. So we're going to remove our cupcakes and leave them aside so that they cool down completely. They need to be really cool before you can ice them. Buttercream icing, cream cheese icing would work beautifully with these cupcakes. So I hope you try these at home and do let me know how they turned out. Right, now I've decided to make buttercream icing to frost these cupcakes, and it's quite easy to make. It's one of the easiest actually. I have 150 grams of softened unsalted butter in here, which I've whisked. I mean, you need an electric whisk for this. Whisk it nicely. Add a couple of tablespoons of warm milk if you feel it needs to become a little more creamier. I've also added a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now I'm going to gradually add the sugar. I mean, you need to add sugar really slowly because otherwise the sugar is going to go flying all over the kitchen like it did the first time I made it. So whisk it in nicely and add few bits of sugar at a time so that the sugar also gets incorporated into the icing nicely. Right, so this is our buttercream icing. I think I forgot to mention that this has 250 grams of icing sugar and 150 grams of softened butter. After a lot of whisking, this is what it should look like, creamy and tasty. Now we are going to put it on our cupcake. Make sure your cupcake's really cool. It's very hard to ice a warm cake. That's it. So, I mean, you can put this into a pipe and pipe it in if you want. Or, I mean, this is homemade, so you want the homemade look. So, you could just slather it on with a knife. And you get all sorts of pretty decorations in the supermarket. I'm just using some sprinkles. There we are. Cupcake ready.